Rock and roll fans know February 3rd, 1959 was the day music died when Buddy Holly and other rockers were killed in a plane crash. Well, that happened just a few days after a show right here in Duluth. In this week's Holding On to History, Dave Anderson looks at the bitter cold weather that caused that doomed musicians to book a fatal airplane flight.
When Buddy Holly appeared on Channel 3 on December 1st, 1957, only Elvis Presley was a bigger deal in the new world of rock and roll. 15 months and 7 top 40 hits later, Holly would step foot in Duluth with the 1959 Winter Dance Party Tour.
The first stop was January 23rd at George Devine's $1 Million Ballroom in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This tour was intended to be a 24-day barnstorming event.
Rock historian Minnesota Mike Chase tells us that Duluth DJ Lou Lotto was the promoter that prepared for that storm to come to the National Guard Armory on London Road. Many years ago, Floodwood native Kerry Humphreys told me he snuck several Glick's malt liquors into the concert in the sleeves of his bomber jacket, and when he saw his friend from Hibbing, Bob Zimmerman, gave him one as well. Bob would go on to change his name and talk about that concert at the 1998 Grammy Awards.
When I was about 16 or 17 years old, I went to see Buddy Holly play at in Duluth National Guard Armory, and I was 3 feet away from him.
After a well-received performance, the band got on their rickety tour bus for their next show in Appleton.
The bus departed Duluth after the gig at the Armory, broke down in the middle of the night, and then in addition, the heater on the bus didn't work either, and this was outside of Hurley, Wisconsin.
The drummer had to be treated for frostbite in Ironwood because the air temps were 35 below. Problems like that led to tour headliners Big Bopper, Richie Valens, and Holly to try an airplane.
He was killed just 3 days after making the appearance in Duluth at the Armory.
Mementos of the Winter Dance Party are rare and valuable. Posters go for big money.
This was auctioned in 2022 for an outstanding price of $477,000.
Holding on to history in Duluth, Dave Anderson, Northern News Now.
Again, Buddy Holly's plane crashed in the early morning hours of February 3rd, 1959, killing Holly, Richie Valens, and Big Bopper J.P. Richardson. Drummer Carl Bunch, as you heard, was still recovering from frostbite in Ironwood and missed that fatal flight.